Hello and welcome to Fluent English 10, the podcast where you learn English with real stories and fun practice. I am your host, Elena, and I am happy you are here today to learn, smile, and grow in English. Each episode is made for English learners like you. Clear, simple, and perfect for listening and speaking practice. We speak slowly, use easy words, and share useful situations you might experience in real life. Today's episode is a funny and true story. It's about a small misunderstanding at a restaurant, a hamburger, and a word that confused me completely. The story shows how easy it is to mix up English words, especially when they sound like something else. But don't worry, you'll see that mistakes are normal, and they can even be fun and helpful. You'll learn how to order food in English, how to ask when you're confused, and how to stay calm. We'll also learn new words for food, menu items, and polite phrases for restaurants in the U.S. After the story, I'll explain the vocabulary and give you useful phrases to repeat and remember. This is a great chance to practice shadowing. Listen, repeat, and speak with me out loud. Even one sentence at a time can help you improve your pronunciation and confidence. Are you ready to hear about my hamburger mistake? Then sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of Fluent English 10. Let's go to Five Guys, and let's learn something new today. Last Saturday, I was walking through the city after a long morning of shopping and errands. The sun was shining. My legs were tired, and my stomach was very, very hungry. Then I saw something that made me smile. A Five Guys burger restaurant on the corner. I had never been there before, but friends always told me the food was amazing. So I thought, okay, today is the day. Let's try a real American burger. I opened the door and walked in. The smell was strong. Meat, fries, warm bread, so good. The place was bright and busy. People were laughing, talking, and eating big, delicious burgers. I looked up at the menu, but honestly, it was a little confusing for me. There were many options: hamburger, cheeseburger, bacon burger, little burger. I wasn't sure what to choose. A friendly girl behind the counter smiled and said, "Hi, welcome to Five Guys." I smiled back and said, "Hi, it's my first time here." She said, "Nice. What kind of burger would you like today?" I looked quickly and pointed at the word hamburger. "I'll take a hamburger, please," I said. She nodded and asked, "How many patties?" Now, in that moment, I didn't understand. I thought, patties? Wait, did she say party? For a second, I thought she was joking or being friendly. So I laughed a little and said, "Oh, just me, no party today." She smiled politely, but looked a bit confused. Then she asked again, "How many patties would you like?" Now I felt unsure. Maybe she wasn't talking about a party. Then I thought, maybe patties means hamburgers. Maybe she's asking how many I want to eat. So I answered, "Just one, please. One burger." She typed it into the register and said, "Okay, one little hamburger. Any toppings?" I said, "Yes, please. Lettuce, tomato, onions, and ketchup." She smiled. "Perfect. That'll be $8.75. I paid, took my receipt, and waited by the counter, excited and very hungry. I couldn't wait to try my first Five Guys burger, but I was about to learn something new. I waited by the counter, watching the cooks in the kitchen flip burgers and prepare orders. People picked up their food, big burgers, fries in paper cups, and giant soft drinks. Everything looked so good. I imagined my burger, tall, juicy, maybe with 2 or 3 layers. Then I heard my name, Elena. "Order for Elena." I walked over, smiling, and took the brown paper bag. I sat at a small table near the window and opened the bag quickly. Inside, I found a very small burger. It wasn't big. It wasn't tall. It was tiny. I pulled it out and looked at it. Just one thin patty, small bun, no cheese. I checked the receipt. It said, "Little hamburger Fay 1 patty." That's when I understood the mistake. "Oh no," I whispered. "Now I get it. The girl wasn't talking about a party. She said patty. A patty is the round piece of meat inside a hamburger. At Five Guys, you can choose 1 patty or 2 patties. 1 is small, 2 is big." She was just asking how much meat I wanted in my burger, and I said, "Just 1." So they gave me the small one. I laughed a little. "Well, I guess this is what I ordered." I took a bite. It was actually really good. Juicy, fresh, and tasty. But still, I was hungry. I looked at other people eating big, double burgers full of cheese, bacon, and sauces. Next time, I'll know what to say, I thought. But honestly, I wasn't angry. I made a mistake, and I learned something new. English can be tricky sometimes, especially with words that sound like something else. Now I will never forget what a patty is. After I finished eating, I smiled and thought, "Okay, that was small, but still delicious." And more importantly, I didn't let the mistake ruin my experience. Learning a language means sometimes ordering the wrong burger, and that's okay. So, what can we learn from this little burger mistake? First, mistakes are completely normal when you speak or learn a new language. It's okay to misunderstand something. It's okay to feel confused. That's how you grow. I made a mistake with one word, patty, and I learned it forever. The important part is that I stayed calm. I smiled, and I tried again. I didn't stop speaking English just because of one small problem. And guess what? Most people are kind and patient. Like the girl at Five Guys, she didn't laugh or get upset. She helped me kindly, and that made me feel better. So if you don't understand a word, it's okay to ask. You can say, "Sorry, what does that mean?" Or, Can you repeat that, please? People will usually be happy to explain, especially if they see you are learning. Also, don't be afraid to laugh at yourself a little. Sometimes, funny mistakes become the best stories and the best lessons. You'll remember that word, that moment, and it will help you next time. Language learning is not about being perfect. It's about being brave, curious, and open to trying. You don't need to speak fast or know every word. Just stay relaxed and keep practicing. And yes, even a small hamburger can give you a big English lesson. So next time something feels confusing, smile and say, "This is part of learning." Vocabulary and useful phrases from a mistake at Five Guys. Let's go over some important vocabulary and phrases from the story you just heard. These will help you next time you visit a restaurant or fast food place, especially in the US. I'll say each word or phrase slowly. You can repeat after me to practice shadowing. Vocabulary: patty, a round piece of cooked meat inside a hamburger. Example: do you want 1 patty or 2 patties on your burger? Repeat after me. Patty. Bun, the soft bread that holds the hamburger together. Example: I like sesame seeds on the top bun. Repeat. Bun. Toppings, extra items you add to a burger, like lettuce, tomato, ketchup, onions, or cheese. Example: what toppings would you like on your burger? Repeat. Toppings. Receipt, the small paper you get after paying for your order. Example: keep your receipt to know your order number. Repeat. Receipt. To-go bag, a paper or plastic bag for food you will eat outside the restaurant. Example: here's your burger in a to-go bag. Repeat. To-go bag. Useful phrases. Hi, it's my first time here. Use this to let someone know you're new and might need help. Repeat. Hi, it's my first time here. I'll take a hamburger, please. A simple and polite way to order food. Repeat. I'll take a hamburger, please. Just 1, please. This can answer a question like, how many? Or, do you want 1 or 2? Repeat. Just 1, please. What does that mean? A polite way to ask about a word or phrase you don't understand. Repeat. What does that mean? I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Another polite way to show you're learning and need help. Repeat. I'm sorry, I didn't understand. That was a mistake, but I learned something. Use this to talk about learning from your own experience. Repeat. That was a mistake, but I learned something. Practice these words and phrases again during the week. You can even act out the story and say the lines yourself. It's a fun way to build vocabulary and feel more confident in everyday situations. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Fluent English 10. I hope you enjoyed my funny little mistake at Five Guys and learned something new. Remember, making mistakes is part of learning, and it can even be fun sometimes. You now know what a patty is and how to order your burger with confidence. You also practiced useful words and phrases you can use in any restaurant situation. And most importantly, I hope you feel proud of yourself for listening and learning in English today. Even small steps help you grow. One story, one word, one sentence at a time. If you liked this episode, try shadowing it again later this week for more speaking practice. You can also share it with a friend or use the vocabulary in your next writing. Remember, you are not alone. Many learners around the world are practicing, just like you. Keep going. Stay curious, stay kind to yourself when you make mistakes, and keep speaking. I'm Elena, and this was Fluent English 10. See you next time, and maybe at the burger counter.